glass to Alex and Tanya.
It's a half a glass. Ready?
Ready.
To Alex and Tanya, I'm so happy today, even though you are there and we are here. I want you to know that your decision to get married right now has brought great happiness to your family and your friends, even if they don't know about it yet. I thank you for this incredible up that you have bestowed upon us during these crazy, difficult times. I thank you both for being so communicative, so supportive, and available to us over the past many months. You guys seem to be functioning well as a couple, and I admire your skill in navigating various challenges together, and I so value the kindness that you show to one another. I want to thank you, Tanya, for loving my son. I hope your love is as unconditional and patient for him as mine is. From the beginning, every month that ticked by, as your loving relationship grew, washed over me and Richie with excitement and hope. Your care for him, not the easiest person in the world, brought me comfort all the way across the continent. And getting to know your mother, Monica, during our California visits added another layer of comfort that we cherish. I want to thank you, Alex, for bringing so much happiness to me and Dad by taking the steps that brought you to this day of commitment to Tanya and to your future together. But a couple of things that Tanya may not know. First things first, Alex was born a month early, and I just remembered that we were actually going to name him Alec, but we forgot in the early hubbub, and he was Alex, like from day one, or maybe day two. I think day one he was Alec. But what I would never forget is how he would tease me with the threat that he would go to college up the street from where we live and never leave home. I will also never forget how proud we were when he got into college early, even though he got through high school in his very own way, and we held our breath until that diploma was in our hands. Kind of like holding your breath until your engagement finally happened. Alex? Tanya, what I'm sure you do know about Alex is his tremendous loyalty to his friends and family. We are proud of you, Alex, that you have maintained lifelong relationships with your gang and your Mac. Your expressions in love and care for Anea and Luca, Annie and Mao, Susan, your friends and their children and their dogs are wonderful to behold. And I will always love how you would swoop in from LA for a weekend and join me for brisket making and Susan for baking at the holidays. Alex, your evolving trust in the universe has been manifested in your visioning several years ago to find a life in California in hospitality. It brought you to LA and it brought you to Tanya. May you both continue to trust each other, to allow each other to grow, to never withhold love or kindness from each other, and to follow your dreams together. I love you both. To Alex and Tanya.
Here, here.
Rich, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I know I often have a tendency to be a bit long-winded, so I'm going to be especially careful to keep my remarks brief. I've written them down and whittled them down to just what will fit on a single page. Okay, so here goes. We're raising our glasses to Alex and Tanya. Today is your day. It's a day that makes me very happy and very sad. I'm happy, of course, that you wonderful people have decided to make your commitment to one another official, even though all of your friends and family have known for quite a while now that you were meant for each other. It's a day that makes me sad because I wish that we could be with you in person to share your joy. I assure you that as soon as the scourge that has paralyzed our country has been defeated, am I referring to coronavirus or Donald Trump? Well, anyway, we will gather for a proper celebration. We know that you come from very different backgrounds. This was brought home to me very graphically a few years ago when Hillary and I took you to a Mets-Dodgers game in LA. Like any good parents, Alex, we raised you to be a dedicated Mets fan. But when we arrived at your apartment to take you to the stadium, wearing our Mets hats, Tanya greeted us in an entire Dodger uniform. Despite this important, some would say religious difference, you two have learned to create a family unit that is more than the sum of its parts. Well, how could this be? Well, first of all, your personalities have some distinct similarities. For instance, you both love good food. Alex loves to cook it, Tanya loves to photograph it. And you're both very smart and very detail-oriented. Okay, some might say control freaks. This explains how much time you spent debating every detail of the size, shape, and design of Tanya's engagement ring. Both of you are also warm-hearted and kind, and take particular pleasure in delighting one another with gifts, trips, reminders about doctor's appointments, whatever. And after months of quarantine together in one oversized room, you still love each other. And we, your family and friends, feel that love too. You two have become essential parts of one another's families, whether at Passover Seders in New York, visits to Philadelphia, ski trips to Utah, or family gatherings in California or Grenada. And we look forward to forming a closer bond with our Machatonim. You'll explain what that means to Monica, Alex, in the years to come. When I first realized how serious your relationship had become, I had harbored hopes that I might be asked to officiate at your wedding. Of course, that's not possible, but I would like to close my remarks with an ancient Jewish blessing. So snuggle up close to one another and bow your heads, and let me say, Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chonecha. May God shine his face upon you and be gracious unto you. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May God lift his face unto you and grant you peace and a long, fruitful, and very happy marriage. Amen.
To you, Alex and Tanya.
Hear, hear.
Here, here.